Uh, Hi everyone, my name is Naufal Nurashid from the Electrical Engineering Education Program. Here, I will present electrical design, safe, efficient, and standard compliant electrical design. Today, we'll explore the critical extent of electrical design for modern build- buildings from households to factories. We will cover introduction, basic theory, oil and IC standard, and introduction to electrical design. What is it? Designing an electrical system that is efficient, safe, and reliable. It involves calculating power, creating diagrams, selecting component, and arranging layout. Why is it important? Following standard like Will 2011 SNE and ESE avoid danger and save energy. Incurrent design leads to waste, disturbance, or blackout. Basic electrical design theory. Number one, electrical load. Calculate total power watts for all equipment to determine source and cable size. For example, P, V, X, I, DC. Number two, protection system. Use MCBS or MCCBS to protect against overcurrent or short circuit, preventing damage and hazards. Number three, wiring and conductor. Choose cable based on type, size, material, current, and length for optimal performance and safety. Number four, layout agreement. Gray panel switch, outlet line, and grounding on the building plan for a solid electrical system. Electrical design standard oil versus ESG. The standard quiz design, installation, testing, and maintenance, ensuring safety, efficiency, IHD compliance. Oil SNE 0225 2011. Indonesian standard adapted for tropical conditions. Focus on basic safety components, wiring, grounding, and protection legacy building in Indonesia. EST 60364 series. International standard from the International Electrical Commission covers digital protection, smart grids, and renewable energy global reference, not legacy binding. Safety first, preventing fires, preventing electrical fire is crucial. We implement several key strategies. Circuit breakers, MCCB, cut off current during overload, or short circuit, preventing overheating. Cable selection, choose cable based on current grain capacity to match load and latch, avoiding overheating. Uh, Consulting, building a sustainable future. Good electrical design combines efficiency, adherence to fuel ESG standard, and paramount safety for modern infrastructure. This creates a reliable and sustainable system essential for progress.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Herungna. I will explain about two electrical symbol and schematic. This core part of semester curriculum focus on understanding and interpreting electrical symbol and schematic. It's a mandatory to credit course with two meeting. Next, learning objectives and activities. One of the learning discussion and review electrical symbol and cinematics. Number two, self-directed learning, review theory, and find learning reference for various sources. Assessment include an outline quiz identifying components from cinematic diagram and partitioning reading single line diagram or SLD. This contributes 3% to the final grade. Next, session overview. Opening 10 minutes and core activity 25 minutes and reflection and closing 5 minutes. Next, introduce to electrical symbols. Electrical symbols are the international language of electrical engineering, representing components with simple illustration. This allow for a shared reading and understanding of circuit global. What is an electrical cinematic? An electrical cinematic is a map showing how electrical components are functionally interconnected, not their physical location. Each illustration parts and component relation. Next, importance of standardization. Number one, efficiency. Facilities communication and speed up design. Number two, maintenance. Easy identification problematic for reply. Three, clarity. Uniform symbol prevent misinterpretation. Four, new design. Enable quick and accurate electrical system design. Next, basic component symbol. There are some international standard symbol for common electrical components, illustration both their cinematic presentation and physical form. One, resistor, trafo, chip, saklar, battery, capacitor, and lamp. Types of cinematic circuits, that is series circuit and parallel circuit. This series circuit components connected squarely in one current path. Drawing cinematic and reading diagram key rules for creating cinematic. 1. Use straight line. Draw horizontal or vertical lines. Avoid uniquely diagonal lines. Number 2. Apply 90 derajat angles. Connect connection. Solve from right angle furnaces. 3. Label components. Include codes and values. 4. Maintain clarity. Avoid overlapping symbol. Use adequate spacing and legible text. 5. Check connection. Use longer dots for connection arcs plus for non-connection crossing.
Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Atta Kafiras and my student ID ends in 025. Today I will be presenting chapter 3 which cover like a fundamental principle of conductor, oscillator and cable staging. In this presentation, we will explore how a material behave electrically and how we apply the knowledge to set electrical installation. First, there is understanding conductor. Let's go start with basic. Conductor are a material that allow electric current to flow easily. This happens because their atomic structure contains free electron. When we apply the voltage, this electron move, creating an electric current. There are two important properties. Remember here. First, resistivity. This measure how much material oppose current flow. Good conductor and have a very low resistivity. Though there is a conductivity. This is exact opposite of resistivity. This measure how easily a material transmits current. There is a resistance, an object-specific property. It is important to distinguish between resistivity and the resistance. While the resistivity is a property of the material itself, is a resistance. Depends on the specific where we are using. As you can see from the formula, resistance is determined by three factors. One, the resistivity of the material. For example, silver has a lower resistivity than copper or aluminum. Two, the length of the wire. Longer wire have a more resistance. Three, the cross-sectional area. Thicker wires have the less resistance. Five, the isolator preventing current flow. Next, we have isolator. Isolator are the electric material are designed to stop current flow. Unlike conductor, then electrons are tightly bound for the nucleus, meaning there are no free electrons available to carry charge. However, isolator have a limit. We measure this thing, the electric strength, the maximum voltage current a material can handle before it fails. Two is a breakdown voltage, the total voltage at which the isolation actually breaks and allow current to pass. 7. This is cable sizing, safety and performance. Now that we understand the material, we move the practical application, cable sizing. Selecting the right cable size is not just a choice. It is governed by standard like PUEL or General Requirement for Electrical Installation. We size cable for three main reasons. 1. Human safety. To protect people from electric shocks. 2. Installation safety. To prevent fire caused by electrical faults. 3. System efficiency. to ensure power is delivered without waste. Slide 8, a safety criterion, current carrying capacity KA. This first major role for sizing is the current carrying capacity or KA ampacity. KA is the maximum continuous current a cable can handle before it starts to overheat. To ensure safety, we use a specific design rule. The cable KA must be at least 125% of the nominal load current. If the current exceeds the limit, the insulation can melt, leading to short circuit and potential fire. 9. This performance criterion, voltage drop. The second rule in the performance criterion focus on voltage drop. All wires have some resistance, so when the current flow, some voltage is lost along the way. If the voltage drop is too high, first equipment runs efficiently, like dim lights. So sensitive electronic can be damaged. According to POL standard, the total voltage drop from the source to the load should not exceed 4% of the system voltage. And cable selection flowchart. And finally, here the step-by-step process we use to select the cable. One, calculate a load current. First, determine how much current your equipment needs. So determine minimum KA. Multiply that load by 1.25 to find the minimum safety rating. 3. Select cable size. Look at the manufacturer table and pick a cable that meets that KA requirement. 4. Verify voltage drop. Calculate the voltage drop for the specific cable. And 5. Check condition. If the drop is less than 4%, your selection is good. If it's more than 4%, you must cause a large cable size and calculate again. That's my concludes my presentation on chapter 3. Thank you for your attention. Next is chapter 4.
Hello everyone, my name is Devina Octavianita and today I would like to explain a simple topic about our current protective device, also known as OCPD. This topic is important because this device help keep electrical systems safe and prevent damage or accident. Our current protective device. What are our current protective devices? Our current protective devices are tools used to stop the flow of electricity when the current becomes too high. Excessive current can happen because of overload, short circuit, or a fall to the ground. If this current is not controlled, cables can heat up, equipment can be damaged, and fire may grow. OCPD help prevent this problem by disconnecting the circuit when needed. Why overcurrent happens? Overcurrent can occur for several reasons. One common cause is using too many electrical devices on the same circuit, which make the current rise above the safe limit. Another cause is a damaged cable or connection, which can create a short circuit. Poor maintenance and old equipment can also increase the overcurrent. This is why electrical system must be inspected regularly. Type of OCPD. There are several common types of OCPD. 1. Fuses. Simple devices that melt when the current is too high. After they melt, they must be replaced. 2. Circuit breakers. Devices that turn off automatically when overcurrent occurs and can be turned back on after the issue is. 3. Overcurrent relays used in large electrical systems. They detect high current and send a signal to circuit breakers to turn off. Conclusion. In conclusion, our current protective devices are very important from maintaining electrical safety. They protect equipment, prevent fire, and keep people safe from electrical dangers. Thank you for listening to my presentation. Closing. That is all for my presentation today. I hope the explanation I shared can help you understand the basic function and importance of our current protective devices. If there are any questions or things you would like to discuss, I will be happy to answer them. Thank you for your attention. Thank you.